Hi, Jewel. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Good, thank you very much. Hey, let's wait for maybe a few more to join. I think today will be a short one. Um, I just wanted to go through the homework assignment real quick and just, ask anybody to, share any questions they may have or anything they're uncertain on. Want to make sure that everybody does well once again, which seems to be the normal case. Hi, Fabian. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Okay, well, since both of you are up and the only ones in the meeting yet, I'll just talk briefly about that question you had from last time. Um, yeah, I found the exact quote in the text, even though it could have been kind of a general term and kind of a general statement and maybe subject to some interpretation. I wanted to get your feedback on that. Any reason why I should throw that question out or reverse my thought on it? I didn't hear anything.
I, yeah, I think I sent you an email like 20, 30 minutes ago about that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay, then I'll relook at it. I mean, like I think I commented that it's only like worth a quarter of a point.
right.
It hardly impacts anything, but I understand. I mean, if you think that you should get credit for an answer, then by all means. So I'll be sure to look at what you had to say. I hadn't seen that yet. Um, but I will look at it for sure. Hey
Cool.
Tyler,
Thank
how you
you.
doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm well, thanks. Okay, so we got three of you guys so far. Let's see if anyone else joins us. Um, it is officially 1:30 though, so I'm just going to go ahead and start. Okay, so as I was mentioning to Jewel before you other two guys joined us, I just wanted to go through the homework assignment. I don't really have any lecture prepared or anything like that. Hey, Dylan, glad you could join us. Thanks. Um, I don't have anything really prepared other than the document itself on the homework, which I'm sharing on the screen now. Um, I would guess that you guys kind of have my modus operandi figured out by now, which is on these homework assignments, I just essentially go through the chapter or the chapters um, for the week and take different statements that are made within the text chapters and either run with them as worded so they end up being true or change wording around so it turns them into false statements. Um, and the same then with multiple choice questions where I pull a statement right out of the text for one of the options that ends up being the correct selection, and then I just make up a couple others that are bogus and misleading and maybe try to trip you up a little bit. But usually, usually if you look at the question itself, and then you find like um, the key words or the key topic of the question. You could even do a word search within the chapters to find the statement that I've taken the question from. And that's just a good way to make sure that you know, you're finding the right information. You can see the statement in the text and how I've either taken it word for word or taken it and changed it around to make it false, or taken it and added or changed it around to give you misleading options in multiple choice. And then the same, obviously, where I'm asking about describing a short answer on a topic. You can just look up the key words, the key topic within within the question, find that information in the text to refer to. Or you can even do an internet search on it too if you want to find something other than the text. But yeah, I mean that's basically how I would approach it, just to, make sure you're honed in on the right information within the chapters of the text or within the question that I'm asking. But basically, once again, we got 20 questions here. So the first one, make sure you take a look at secondary markets and and what those involve, and then potentially, how money market securities might fall into secondary markets. Number two, you've got investment advisors often hold some funds in the money market. So you can look up investment advisors or, money market or, investment opportunities, something like that to, get some insight into the specific wording that I use to develop that true or false question. Same thing with number three, um, whether or not bonds were sold with attached coupons to them. You can do a search on attached coupons or, bond sales, bond clips, things like that. But a lot of these, are not so terribly difficult, pretty much right out of the text. And the same, continuing on here with number four, equipment trust certificates. You can just do a search on that to find that information within the chapter, read up on that. The same with number five, the Commodity Future Modernization Act. Just do a quick search on that to find the information. All this stuff. It's just really pretty straightforward right out of the text. Nothing really terribly advanced or terribly confusing, hopefully, about it. But yeah, I'm just going to throw it open. I mean, I don't want to go through every one of these because I'm going to just basically be reading the question and just saying do a search on it, or make sure you find that information in the chapter of the text. I think this is what chapters. Oh, we're already up to 11 and 12. Yeah, well, I guess we're getting there. This is week 8, right? We only got 10 weeks, so we're coming to the finish line pretty soon. But yeah, I don't really have a whole lot to go through here today. Just looking at the short answer questions here real quick. We got briefly describe money markets. What is a treasury bill auction? What are repurchase agreements? Briefly describe euro dollars and how they're used. Discuss the purpose of the capital markets. All that is located right within chapters 11 and 12. But yeah, I don't have a whole lot today, as I mentioned. Anybody got any questions on anything else or anything this week, or is everything fairly clear? Everybody seems to be doing great here. I don't see anyone raising their hands or anything. Let's just I hate to make it a 3-minute meeting. Let me just see if there's anything that I might want to pipe up on. Getting into the multiple choice questions. According to the text, one of the most difficult decisions a firm faces. Okay, well, that could be a little tough. You're going to have to find that, where the text talks about the difficult decision a firm faces. There's a lot of difficult decisions that firms face, right? I mean, it's not just one. So finding that might be a little tricky, but I did word it as such that it says according to the text. So you can bank on the fact that the statement is going to appear in the textbook. So just look for that and find it where it talks about difficult decisions that firms face. The next one, U.S. Treasury notes, or U.S. Treasury issues notes and bonds to finance what? You can find information on that probably by doing a little search on Treasury notes or Treasury notes issued or something like that. Should take you right to that section. Same with the next question here, where we talk about since 1974, interest rates on 10-year bonds have done what? That's stated specifically in the textbook. So you should be able to find that by doing a little digging and a little search on, maybe 1974 or 10-year bonds. You know what I mean? Same with number 19, where liquidity of a security. What does that refer to? Do a little digging on the term liquidity, so you're totally conversant in what that term refers to. What does that mean? In the other class that I teach, we talk about liquidity ratios. I think we covered them in the first case study. So some of you might have a leg up on the term liquidity and what that actually means. But you can do a little digging on liquidity, and you should find that answer fairly easily. And then talking about number 20 is interest rates rise. It's important to understand what the relationship is between bond prices or bond values and interest rates. Is it directly correlated? Is it an inverse relationship? Is there no relationship at all? What does that mean? So, as interest rates rise in this case, what are the bond prices generally going to tend to do? But yeah, all this you should be able to find fairly easily in the text, and I'm hoping to see some continued excellent scores as I grade this probably later in the week when you begin to turn these in, or early next week. But yeah, I'll go through the answers on these on Monday at our next meeting, and I'll again call on some of you on the short answer questions. As I have in the past, I like to do that to not only give myself a little break from talking, but to get you involved in the discussion a little bit more. But yeah, I don't really have much else, guys. I can just turn you loose if there's nothing else today. Fabian, I'll be sure to respond to what you've had to say, and unless anybody has any specific questions, I'm gonna wish all of you a great weekend. Everybody good?
Thank you.
Okay, guys. We'll see you on
Thank you.
Monday.
Thank
Thank you. See you Monday.
Thank you.
Okay. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.